Hey guys, what's going on? I just felt again the need to assist Baker Mayfield. Everyone's seeing all the lowlights today. The media is in full force in trying to demonstrate why Baker Mayfield is complete trash, but I'm here to tell you it's not quite cut and dry at this point, and I'm here to tell you it's not him. I'm trying to defend him once again, and I'm going to show you in detail what's going on here with the Cleveland Browns, so let's get right into it. So let's look at this first one here. The media is going to make this claim that Njoku was just wide open here on the flats, and that Baker Mayfield missed him. Well, it's not that simple. It's just not. Take a look at this play. Watch it develop here. So they're going to call the snap here, and let's just watch Njoku for a second here. It's a little bit slow here, but let's just skip ahead. Okay, so again, the play's developing here. So let's just keep in mind here, it's a play action. Baker Mayfield's over here. He's faking a run to the right side. He's going to end up rolling out to his left, and this play's going to develop here. So let's just watch here. So he faked it. Plays developing. Baker Mayfield is now in analyze and throw mode, right? So right about here is when Baker Mayfield is getting his very first look at what the play has turned into. If you take a look at it, and this is one of the problems with Stefanski here, is that he does not run a lot of wide receiver sets. He's got really two wide receivers on this play. We've got one down here, you got a tight end, you got one up here. So you got three options. The argument is that Njoku's wide open. He's wide open. Well, take a look at this. So Baker sees this play for the very first time. He's got his cornerback still sitting where Njoku's going. So obviously he's not wide open, because if he throws it, let's just say in this exact moment, and zings it over here, this person could come over, potentially intercept it. In fact, maybe even 20 here for the Steelers could make a play on it as well. But he's certainly not wide open at this exact moment. You got the safety here, and this Steelers is obviously honoring this route down here. And so, everything's relatively covered at this point. So I don't understand where this narrative that he was wide open this entire time comes from, though it does open up. So let's keep watching the play here. Right about here, now Baker at this point has to make some sort of decision. Now Baker is obviously about to throw the ball. Take a look at his feet, and the play something has to happen. He's got to throw it away or something. Down here, we know the play's taken away. We got double coverage. It's not a good move there, so he's still looking over here. Donovan is still, this corner, you can argue maybe pass interference here, but obviously the cornerback is inhibiting where Njoku's going. Or he's heading to Njoku because he knows Baker's got to throw it somewhere. Not only is he looking in this general direction, but Njoku is likely going to get the ball, or his guy's going to get the ball. But he needs to, in general, fight toward the pressure of this play, fight toward where Njoku's going so that he can potentially stop it from happening. So Baker, by the way, I would imagine Baker Mayfield knows this and sees that this cornerback has, his back isn't turned. It's not as though he doesn't see what's happening, but at the same time, he's got to do something. So what does he do? Well, he makes a decision at this point, right? He lets the play develop just a little bit more, sees what this defender's doing here. This cornerback, I'm not sure what he thought the cornerback might do, if he thought the corner might potentially come forward toward Njoku and intercept him. So Baker Mayfield decides, well, if I throw it toward the sideline where only my receiver can get it, which traditionally is something Baker Mayfield can do, he's pretty precise, he's got a good arm, then I don't have to worry about either of those options. I'll just go with the safe thing. And so he throws it, right? So it's not a good throw. We know Baker Mayfield's injured. We've been told this. It's obvious, right, by his play. So he goes with, in his mind, the safe option. And, I'm not saying it was the best choice, but you could understand why he made the decision. And, we know the result, right? Take a look at this. It's intercepted. So Baker Mayfield obviously could have thrown the ball more toward the sideline, been more accurate, but that's been an issue for him. He's throwing across his body in a play action. He's throwing, look at his harness here. Are we so perplexed by this? Look at this. He's throwing across his, he's supposed to be throwing across his body. This harness is obviously, it's just, I don't understand why you bother calling this play at all. And again, why I blamed the coaching more than anything else. Was it a bad play? Sure. But you can understand how it happened. I don't want to hear that anymore. It's ridiculous. Hey, here's a thought. Let's take a look at a play that shows you Baker Mayfield can still play football, because apparently nobody believes this anymore. This is a very simple play here. Identify your matchup. Throw it to where that matchup can only receive the ball as opposed to the defense, especially in the red zone here. So what does Baker Mayfield see before the snap? Because obviously, and you'll see as this happens here, he goes straight to the person he believes is going to go to. He sees Njoku up here. Big old David Njoku against a relatively small cornerback in Joe Hayden. He's going to throw it to the person with the obvious advantage here as far as height in the end zone. He's one-on-one. He thinks he's got this matchup here, and so he makes the decision, and this may have been, the relationship or what's coached, but I'm going to throw it to David Njoku high where Joe Hayden can't get it, and my guy can, right? So very simply, calls the play, makes his throw. What does it look like? And you could argue probably even here, David Njoku doesn't necessarily jump at the best time, right? He sees this ball, he jumps pretty early, but he makes a great catch here. People probably are trying to say Baker Mayfield threw this ball too high here, but watch David Njoku. He didn't even really keep running. It might be that he was trying to get the flag here, which is another good play. You do see that Hayden is holding him, and so he may have been flag hunting in this moment here, but doesn't matter anyway because he makes a great catch. And it does work. So I don't want to hear it. Like, are we going to act like Baker Mayfield can't throw touchdowns anymore? Look at this. It's a touchdown. And by the way, consider where we are at this point in the game. Baker Mayfield is still fighting. He comes down here, congratulates his guy for making the catch, says thank you, and heads back to where he's going here. It just goes to show you he can play. Look, here's another example of when Baker Mayfield is able to make throws. Look, he's got a pocket. He can throw and find his open receiver. He can do it. You know what he can't do? Overcome when his receivers drop wide open, fine passes. Let's take a look at this play. This is the famous Hooper drop, right? So it's 3rd and 10 here. It's still early in the game. It's the Browns are trying to score here and be the first ones here. It's 3rd and 10. We all know what happens, right? Let's play this thing. Baker's got a clean pocket. I want you to really observe this. He's not being rushed out of his mind. He's got a deep drop set here. In fact, take note how our good old right tackle here, we're not going to even use his name here. There's no pressure. He hasn't had to worry about that just yet. Throws the ball when he needs to, and by golly, look at it. It's a wide open receiver, Austin Hooper. I mean, are we serious right now? Are we serious with this? It hits him in the hands. I don't know why he's falling over immediately. It's unreal here that he can't catch this. But he doesn't catch it on 3rd and 10. Okay? He doesn't catch it. Now, this play here, people were freaking out about it more than they needed to because even this play is not going to be a first down most likely, but it certainly was possible. But he doesn't even catch it. So what is Baker Mayfield supposed to do? Again, I'm going to harp on the coaches. We all know that the coaches are an issue because they're not running Nick Chubb. Look what happens when you run Nick Chubb. This was 4 carries in the first half. Unbelievable. Okay, let's take a look at another play that was used on the low lights for Baker. It's a very simple play here, but watch it's a pass play. The Steelers are going to rush a few, but they're not going to rush everybody. Okay, let's watch the play here. All right, so, it was he's in a pretty deep pocket here. You can make the argument he could step up here and stay in the pocket, but I don't know if Baker, we don't know how quickly this play was supposed to happen, if some receiver should have been open at this point, and it wasn't, necessary to step into the pocket and all that. We simply don't know. But he's obviously deep in the pocket, and the pressure has officially arrived. You got Joe Bitonio here, somehow has his back turned already. Potentially was supposed to help out. You've got down here Njoku on TJ Watt. I mean, it's just, to me, it's coaching. Why is, I call him Dernis Johnson, not helping TJ Watt be blocked here? So Baker obviously has to step up and do something at this point. So, and he sees that, I don't know if these are spies for Baker because we know he wants to scramble, or if it was these two guys were supposed to shut down the screen when the running back stayed, but obviously Baker Mayfield has made a decision, throws the ball, and, shame on him for not, I guess, for completing this pass, or for not throwing. I don't know what they expected. They wanted a touchdown out of this, but it was 3rd and 7. He threw it away, didn't have a turnover or anything like that, but obviously this was, he was just beaten apart for this. But here, let's take a look at this. So you've got good old Jedrick Wills deeply into the, and that's not a bad pocket. I'm not going to say it's not necessarily that bad, but Bitonio is not doing much of anything. Maybe shutting down the edge where they thought TJ Watt would be, but look over here. Obviously, a major issue. Baker knew that Watt was coming no matter what, and so, he did step into the pocket. Now, the important thing to take note of is who's open at this point, right? So, what do you see here? Okay, I see 2 receivers. There are 2. You got the running back staying behind. Maybe the screen wasn't available or it didn't run it, whatever reason, but you got 2 receivers running routes as far as we can tell. So, and obviously they're covered. You got double coverage up here, and you have, this guy's certainly here. If he threw it, he could run forward, intercept it. Potentially 22 could drop back and intercept it, but obviously Baker Mayfield has nobody available to throw to. So he waits. He's waiting for somebody. Look at this. We got receivers falling down here. And so, what's Baker supposed to do but to run forward at this point, waiting and hoping somebody gets open? Again, double coverage. We now see that the Steelers player has stepped up to cover this person, and and this one's on the ground. I mean, what's Baker supposed to do? So he's kind of open if he throws a great ball, but he could certainly throw it away, and that's probably what Baker did. He threw it at a point where only the receiver could maybe make a catch, possibly, but certainly he did not make a dangerous play here. He should be commended for these kinds of things, but for, he can't make a pass. All right, so it's 4th and 7 now. It's 4th and 7, and the Browns are going to go for it because they kind of feel like they have to at this point, right? So they're going to go for it here. Let's see what happens here. And this is a play, one of the many batted down passes that Baker had this night. But again, I really would love to understand how this is Baker's fault. Let's watch here. So, three-step drop back, it looks like. And you can see, by the way, good old TJ Watt's there. Now, he's on our rookie right tackle replacement. And is this Baker Mayfield's fault that this guy is, coming? That TJ Watt is dominating 66? He can't step up. Don't give me that crap, because watch the pocket collapse backwards. Look at poor Joel Bitonio. Right, that Joel Bitonio? Yeah, Joel Bitonio here, getting dominated by Cam Hayward. And, these are 2 All-Pros, basically. But he's doing his best here. But obviously the pocket has collapses. Is it Baker Mayfield's fault that the pocket collapses, that TJ Watt has beaten the right tackle rookie? Is it his fault that this gets batted down? I mean, seriously, what did you want to do? What did you want to happen here? And I can't tell. We can't really tell who is open. I believe, he's throwing to Landry here, right? Believe he's throwing to Landry, who would have been open for the first down, because here's Landry right here, right? He's coming. Yeah, he's throwing to Landry here. But again, whose fault is it that the line has collapsed? Is it Baker's? Is it seriously? That's what we're gonna say here? It gets hit anyway. How is that Baker Mayfield's fault? You're always too short. Okay, I don't know who you're going to throw over when the guy's right in front of you. So Browns get the ball back. Again, the defense is playing relatively well at this point. They're stopping Ben Roethlisberger as well. End of the first quarter here. It's 3rd and 6, a huge point, obviously, to offer some opportunity for the Browns here. Plays called, right? And it's sack time. It's sack city, baby. Why? Because for some reason our coaches choose not to address the fact that TJ Watt is terrorizing our rookie right tackle replacement for the All-Pro. Why is this happening? How is it that there's no chip blocking occurring? And by the way, the Manning brothers were saying this. Aaron Rodgers were saying things like this. The fact that they decided to let this happen shows that either Kevin Stefanski does not care about Baker Mayfield, or that he does not want to protect Baker Mayfield, or potentially that he's unable to protect any quarterback. But obviously this is an issue, right? Explain to me then how it's Baker Mayfield's fault that this guy dominates our right tackle. And this should have been something they knew from the first time we played the Steelers. You have to do something to address TJ Watt. If that's double coverage, if that's chip blocking, if it's play design, something. Dude, but look at this. Is this Baker Mayfield's fault? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, dead. That's what it is. The play is, I don't know, he might have been about to throw here, but obviously he can't. Obviously he cannot any longer. And you could look at our other linemen who are relatively good, right? Look at what ours is. Look at where this one is. It only takes 1. Everyone else could be doing great, but it only takes 1 major weakness, and boy, would this be a major weakness, for everything to fall apart. But it's not Baker Mayfield's fault. Please explain to me what he should have done here. I don't think we have an angle about who may have been open in 1 second of the play happening. But man, you could look at this. Look at the embarrassment from 66. Oh, get up, buddy. That's on me. Doesn't matter, man. But boy, Baker Mayfield takes all that heat despite this guy really just ruining the entire Browns season. Of course, TJ Watt did too, but my gosh. Hey, TJ Watt, you're welcome. We gave you 6 sacks, the potential to break the record. Myles Garrett probably hates Hudson as much as many Browns fans right now. If you actually have the announcers saying something along the lines like, Baker Mayfield's missed his last 10. Here's to 11. That's like literally what they say here, but he got a lot of flack for doing this left spin thing he does. Watch this. Ready? Look at that. Look at that play, baby. He does this sweet spin move. Now, what's super interesting, you know, former offensive lineman speaking here, of course, but watch our left tackle here. He doesn't have, I mean, look at this. He just, why, oh my gosh, it's his feet are just, I don't know what he's thinking is going to happen here, but you're running with the guy. That's not how you play left tackle, but either which way. Baker steps up. He does a good job of stepping up. And, I can't see what's downfield here, but Baker does this spin. I think he was nervous. This made sense to me. At this point, he doesn't know what happened with this whole situation, right? He knows he stepped up, but as far as he knew, there was someone right here. So Baker takes a peek at this. Assumed probably that these guys went up, and based on those ghosts, did this little maneuver to buy himself some time here. Throws this ball. Now at this point, everyone's freaking out. Oh, he can't stay in the pocket. He can't make a throw. He can't get a first down. He get a first down anyway. Are we going to, once again, okay, did he need the spin? No, but he's stepping up in the pocket. He's checking to see if there's anybody there before he spins away. Checks right there. Keeps running like he usually does. He likes this move anyway. He likes to roll out to the left, or maybe that's what the play called for in the first place. Who knows? But you know what? He throws it, and he gets the first down. Again, the thing to realize here is that when Baker has a clean pocket, like in this play here, and when his receiver is actually open, it is possible for him to do well, but it takes two. Take a look at DJ Watt here. Right here, right? So he's going to he basically tricked. He did a wonderful job of fake going outside, fooled our right tackle here. Teller's got his own things to deal with here as the right guard, but he would have gotten all the way through. Just so happened that he probably collided thighs with 66, fell down. But, he very well could have been right about here, just ready to destroy Baker Mayfield even further. At this point, not a ton of stuff, but he does, when he has the ability to actually throw the ball, when you eliminate TJ Watt in some fashion due to coaching or actual, player ability, he's able to throw the ball and continue to get yards. Okay, here's another play where Baker was really ripped to shreds in some medias, but I really would like an explanation on it. So take a look here. People are going to be upset that he pump faked a bunch of times and ultimately didn't throw the ball. Ready? So there's one. There's two, there's three. Okay, so let's analyze this a little bit further. Pretty good line protection here. You got TJ Watt collapsing the pocket a little bit, good amount. Baker probably thought he had something, but we can't really see a ton. What we can see is you've got a receiver still running his route. He's not looking. He obviously isn't at the point where he's going to be open. You do have Landry potentially having a shot at being open here, but obviously he's got a guy here, you got a guy right here as well, and he's starting to go that way anyway. This receiver took us to the to Baker, so he obviously is not expecting to be open just yet either, but the play is obviously still developing, right? So Baker probably thought he saw something here as well, and we get a little bit of clue as to what that was, right? He might have been about to, because you can see where he was looking, right? See this? So he's looking about roughly in this general area, but he stops himself. Why is that? Well, because this guy, he's coming back to Donovan here. So again, at this point, what do? There's a guy, everyone's covered. So he took a bunch of flack for this play, but look at this. Everybody is relatively, they're covered. I don't know what they were expecting, these folks, but, TJ Watt gets a sack. Once again, when there's a shot, clean pocket, Baker has the ability to throw the ball and for it to be caught, so long as everybody's in agreement. So this is another important 3rd and 7. Third quarter, you're getting blown out basically, although you're only down by 2 scores. But somehow Baker Mayfield is expected to get a first down in about 2 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Immediately, you got Wyatt's on his butt. We could take a look and actually see what happens here, but basically 57 up at the top here with the Steelers. Watch him. He knocks Wyatt's hand, which Wyatt Teller's more of a run blocker than a pass blocker, but gets right around him, right through everybody. He happened to be looking away, looking down to help with nothing, and Baker immediately has to run for his life because not only is that occurring, but TJ Watt got inside as well. So Baker Mayfield saw 2 Steelers players coming right here, and so he had no choice but to run this way. Now, we can't see downfield in this clip, but, Baker Mayfield had no choice apparently but to slide, and, I believe him based on what I've seen so far. This is a great play. It's a reminder that Baker Mayfield with a clean pocket can throw the ball, zip it down there to his open receiver, and that the Browns can gain yards. All right, so this play, I tried to figure out what exactly went wrong for quite some time, and it just comes down to what are your weak links. Watch this play develop here. Okay, you've got a fake, a very light play action. You can see a couple receivers go by. A lot of devotion to run blocking. For some reason, you've got Njoku on TJ Watt, which is a terrible mismatch. We had a slide down. We had a slide protection, it looked like. You've got two on one up here. You got his guy taking, everybody's kind of doing their spot here. Looks like this is the criticism for him not stepping up into the pocket, because even when he does, when your guys give up, you're going to get sacked anyway. When you have 66 decide right about here, well, I blocked him enough. But also, if we watch 5-6 here, I don't know what Teller was doing. He thought the play was over as well, but even if he steps up, that pocket's just collapsing. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Because again, you got to watch when play action. You got about 1 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi to interpret. But again, you got people right in your face. You got to start moving around here. And what are you going to do when you're getting sacked everywhere? What are you going to do? At this point in the game, the more I'm watching, the more I really am hoping that I think most people might be willing to concede at this point that the Cleveland Browns offensive line is not as strong as it was advertised. Watch this play here, and this is a positive play. This is a play where the pass, gets completed and they actually get a first down here. But watch our linemen. Look right here. Watch Joel Bitonio up here. Look at him get blasted on his back. He gets pancaked here. Pancaked. If Baker Mayfield held the ball any longer, he would have been sacked. Not only would he have been sacked, watch also our left tackle. Watch our left tackle up here. Very, very strong outside pass rush. If you watch his feet, they're tremendously, they're just stiff. He's running with the guy, and at that point, you can just get there. But at this point, if he had held the ball just a moment longer, would have been a sack, would have been a batted down pass. You got this guy coming, happened to pancake Bitonio, our all-pro guard. But I would argue through Baker's skill, he's able to get this ball off. Look at this. Anyway, just in the nick of time. And again, Baker gets about 2 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Oh, that's it. You got to be throwing it. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and just so happened to have somebody open. Imagine that, and Hooper caught the ball. This is one to me that shows that the coaching is a huge issue. Play design is an issue. Play calling is an issue. Something is an issue internally beyond the quarterback. Watch this play. It's a very strange play design. I don't know if there was a mistake made, but it's going to be a run play to Nick Chubb here. And what you have is 3 of the weak side, to the run that is, 3 of the weak side, we'll call them linemen. 3 of the weak side players are going to all pool. They're going to all pool to this side with a run. And for some reason, this defensive end here is not blocked at all. So in effect, these 3 are, pretend they're not even there. Just pretend they're invisible. This guy has a chance to react and make a play. And he does. He shoots straight down and catches Nick Chubb. And I don't understand the play design. Why you would ever have 3 backside players pooling and none of them touch this player right here. Again, as far as play design goes, you see marvelous things happening. You see, watch number 6'4", our treader here, he's blocking backside basically. He becomes a backside blocker, turns his shoulders to protect and basically be the hinge of the play and actually seal off this player here, effectively sealing the play off here. But why on earth was 56 not touched? I wouldn't expect Jarvis Landry, by the way, this is Jarvis Landry, our receiver here. I don't know. He tries to maybe, he can't even catch him for a chip block, but certainly Jedrick didn't the design is off or somebody messed up. And it could be either one, and either one of them I would have to blame on coaching, because this guy he screams down, when everybody's running that way, that the play is this way, and all you could do as a defensive end is to shoot as tightly as you can, which he does pretty well. And it looks like Landry was trying to maybe chip him, but, he makes the play. There's another play where Baker Mayfield is, again, the villain in all of this and the source of all the issues in Cleveland here, but please explain to me what should have happened. Watch this play. Watch it closely. You get the snap. All right, we obviously, look at the situation. It's 2nd and 12. It's obviously a passing situation since we have no running back there. So everyone knows we're going to pass. So that's what it's going to be. 2nd and 12. You're down by just 1 score. It's the 4th quarter here. Pass. Now, you might say, he's holding on to the ball too long, or somebody's wide open. But take a look at the screen here. Player here, covering him. Everyone's covered. Our running back down here. Everyone's covered. So Baker, he does a pump fake. I don't know. For some reason, he gets flack for all this. He's like, somebody's supposed to be wide open at this point in time. Well, guess what? It's sack time because good old 66 is in the game, baby. Look at him. Ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba. Now, this isn't TJ Watt. But, boy, he knows what to do with 66. TJ Watt, he probably walked over and he said, hey, just go outside, baby. Easy peasy. Sack City. Nothing. I mean, please explain to me. What did Baker do wrong here? Not play tackle? I mean, this is ridiculous. He calls the snap here. He determines no one's open. He doesn't feel like getting sacked for the 8 millionth time, and so he takes off here. He runs. He's looking downfield. He's still looking downfield. He's still looking downfield. He's still looking downfield. He's still looking downfield. Do you hear me? So, he realizes, we can't get the whole picture here, but he still decides he's going to try to make something happen here. So he, with all of his broken self, jukes out this player, this linebacker. I can't remember if he's defensive. Well, either way. Jukes him out. He keeps going, runs out of bounds. It's 4th quarter. You're down at this point, 2 scores. You're down, and he's still doing all he can. He's not giving up on the team. And I want some credit for that. But again, it doesn't matter because, Browns are holding anyway. I'm watching some marvelous coaching that must have happened before this game. And I think the advice that, whoever's in charge of the Steelers' defensive line over there, they obviously told the defensive line to do what's on tape here, and that is to press as hard as you can into Baker Mayfield or their linemen because, that's what's happening in this game. Watch here. Watch as, basically the Browns line gets dominated backwards. Look at how close. And people are questioning, they think it's Baker Mayfield's height as why the balls get batted down, but I firmly believe that there is some sort of blueprint that the teams knew. It's just press, get all the way back there so that these hands are about, 2 feet away from the quarterbacks. Because, if Baker Mayfield were 6'2", 6'3", about this tall, there'd be no danger there. That's definitely just because of his height. No, that's ridiculous. Look where this play starts. 1 yard. 2 yard, 3 yard, 4, 5. I mean, they went 6 yards back, and this is a passing play. The idea is not to keep going backwards. It's just ridiculous that these 2 interior linemen were shoved all the way back there. No wonder they get batted down, obviously. Look at this domination. They just go all the way back there. It's completely ridiculous. And I can't blame Baker Mayfield for all these batted passes. Look at his lineman getting dominated backwards. And he threw the ball. And by the way, it's completion. But I'm just telling you, it is on every single play that there's something ridiculous happening that Baker Mayfield, in my opinion, is overcoming. Teams go back and they watch this film together, which I know they do. No wonder everybody has just given up at this point. There's nothing that can be done with this kind of effort. Watch, this is a sack, and you know who we got to identify. Watch our right tackle and watch this happen. I mean, did you see it? I don't know, did you see a penny on the ground? A shiny penny right about here? Ooh, there it is. Oh, wait a minute. The play's over. I mean, what are you supposed to do when one of your guys is just letting your quarterback get destroyed? It is an absolute miracle that Baker did not fumble the ball here. Look at him. He's cocked and loaded right here. And for some miraculous reason, he sees he's about to get destroyed and tucks this ball in. He needs praise for this kind of stuff, folks. Like, what did you expect him to do? He was about to let, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 and it's time, and it's go time, and he's cocked and loaded here. But it's not enough for you people. It's not enough for most Browns fans. Oh, it's unbelievable the hate Baker Mayfield gets, folks. Unbelievable. What's worse is we're not done. Here's a little bit later. It's 4th quarter. You're still kind of in the game here. It's fourth quarter, less than 4 minutes left. You've got the ball, 3rd and 10, really critical down. You got some timeouts. What's going to happen? But you got TJ Watt rushing the outside versus our wonderful lineman here. And you know what? He's not even the only one on this play. Look up here. Please explain to me how he got so open. We can run it back and look. I bet you it's our left tackle. Look at this. Spins inside like it's nothing. I don't know what both hands are down as a lineman is unbelievable to me, that both of your hands are at your waist while someone's pass rushing you. And look, he's almost falling over. He's almost falling over while Baker Mayfield gets obliterated by, everyone on the Steelers line. You got 5-on-4. It's too much for the Browns because our tackles are putrid. Look at this. What is Baker Mayfield supposed to do here? Did you guys see someone wide open? Let's watch the wide receivers for a second here. They're all going deep still. So, unless Baker Mayfield was already throwing the ball at this point, which, again, it's too late because, he's got about 2 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi to think, and then, it's over for him. You guys, it's not him. For me, the following is why I still, I love Baker Mayfield. I do. Look, it's 4th and 19. The game's more or less over. This is your last shot here. You've been getting destroyed all game. You're still down a couple scores here. 3 minutes left, and he's not giving up. He's beat up. He's destroyed. He's playing. He's waiting. He's got decent line protection here. He gets a pass off it because he saw potential pass interference here. He's not giving up, and he actually gets the call here, and he played it well as you could on 4th and 19. Have you guys seen The Longest Yard? You remember that scene when Adam Sandler or Burt Reynolds, whichever one you saw, but when everyone's giving up on the quarterback because they found out he had bet on the game or something, and so they're not protecting, and so he decides to do it himself because he can't count on the team anymore to block for him, to catch or anything. Right here, Baker basically reenacts that scene. Watch this play. He gets a lot of flack for this one. Now he can't see what's going on downfield, but again, he does this kind of left thing where everyone's got to get out of the way. But look, watch what he does here. He puts the team on his back. He says, "I'll get the first down. I'll run my torn labrum shoulder into the Steelers player. I'll get the first down. I'm not giving up." It breaks my heart, honestly, that he gets zero credit for this kind of stuff. And so, 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes left. Baker's still fighting, and he's doing relatively well. He's getting first downs. He's making completions. He's making throws. He's not giving up, and I respect that because you're going to lose this game more or less. You're down 2 scores, right? But he's throwing it, and he's slinging it. He's staying in that pocket. And he's being smart. He gets, he identifies pass interference. He throws at it. He gets the call. He's being as smart as you can. He's doing all he can to try to win this game. And at this point, nobody wants Baker Mayfield to throw the ball. And they still, call the play, coach. He throws it. He throws the touchdown. And people have this saying, the Browns are going to Browns, and they oftentimes project that onto Baker. Or he's the perfect Browns quarterback. It's not always Baker Mayfield Brownsing. Look at this play. It perfectly sums up the entire season. This is one of his 2 interceptions. He threw 8,000 interceptions. This is the second one. Amazing that it counts, but watch this. See Hooper there? Hit him right in the hands. And somehow he just hands the ball off to 22 here, and that counts as an interception. It's unbelievably clumsy. It's crazy, man. And people are going to say, well, he wasn't open, or he shouldn't have thrown it. His guy wasn't there, but that's a first down. That's a first down right there, and you need first. They're trying to get a first down, and that's a first down. But for some reason, that happens instead.